Namaskar students. Today I am going to be start new chapter unit 3 spreadsheet. So what is a spreadsheet? It is an electronic document in which data is arranged in the rows and columns of a grid and can be manipulated and used in calculations. So there are so many spreadsheet software available in the market. Here some examples are given. The first one is MS Excel, Google Sheets, LibreOffice, Calc. Today I am going to be discuss about MS Excel software. So what is MS Excel software? It is one of the most popular spreadsheet software. It is widely used to perform mathematical calculations. What are the different topics which we are going to be cover in this video? First one is using AutoSum in the cells. Second is conditional formatting. Third one is hide, unhide, freeze columns and rows. And the fourth one is set page breaks. I am going to be start the very first session using AutoSum in cells. So unit 3 session 1 is using AutoSum in cells. So what is the function of AutoSum? It allows you to automatically returns the result of a range of cells for common functions like sum, average, minimum, maximum, count, etc. So how will you use AutoSum? AutoSum can be accessed from two places on the ribbon. To understand this concept better, we require to open any worksheet. So this is the worksheet which is created. So in this, the first one is you need to go to the home tab, then again editing group, then this is the AutoSum function. Now second one is by going to the formula tab, again function library group, and this one is AutoSum function. So when you click on the downward arrow, it will display more functions which you can be used, that is average, count, maximum or minimum. If you want to use AutoSum function, you require to select the range first of all, then go to the AutoSum function, click on the sum. Then what you will see, it will display the total of these 5 subjects. Similarly, if you want to find out the average, again select the range, then go to the AutoSum, then click on the average. It will display the average of 5 subjects. Next one is, if you want to find out the minimum in this selected range, for that again you need to go to the AutoSum function, click on the minimum, then you will see the minimum values in this selected range. And next is maximum. For that select the range, again go to the AutoSum function, click on the max. It is used to find out the highest value in the selected range. And the last one is count. For this you require to select the range. It will count the number of values in the selected range. So click on the count. So how many values are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it has 5 values. So it will display 5. Or sometimes if you want to copy the same formula to the other part of the cells, for this you require to double click on the fill handle. This formula will be copied to other cells also. Second session is conditional formatting. So in previous class we have learned about various tools and that Excel provides to format data. Sometimes a spreadsheet contains thousands of rows of data. In such a situation, it becomes extremely difficult to analyze the patterns and trends by examining the rows form of data. Excel provides a very useful feature called conditional formatting. Using this feature, we can apply formatting to one or more cells and create rules for when and how those cells are to be formatted. This condition can be based on the selected cell's contents or based on the contents of another cell. Using conditional formatting, we can apply the following formatting effects. The first one is number format, text and dates. Second one is font style and font color. Third one is border color and border style. And the fourth one is fill color and fill patterns. What are the steps to apply conditional formatting? To understand this concept, I am going to be open a spreadsheet. So this is the spreadsheet. So under which tab this conditional formatting option available? So it is available under the home tab. Then go to the style group. Here you will see the conditional formatting. So click on this one. It will display these different options. The first one is highlight cells rule. Second one is top bottom rules, data bars, color scale, icon sets. To apply conditional formatting, first of all we require to select the range and under home tab go to the style group, click on the conditional formatting, select the very first one. Suppose if you want to find out the greater than value from this selector range, suppose if I have to specify greater than 80. Now what you will observe, it will highlight all the numbers which are greater than 80. So click on the OK. Now again you require to select the range, then go to the conditional formatting, then again highlight cell rules, less than. Now we are going to find out the less than. Suppose the value is less than 60. So and its color you can also be changed light red. So the numbers which are less than 60 are displayed with light red color. If you want to clear the rules of conditional formatting, for that you require to select the range. Then again go to the conditional formatting, then click on clear rules and clear rules from selected cells. Then you will observe the changes in the current worksheet. If you want to find out the values above 60 and less than 70, for that we require to select the range, then go to the conditional formatting, highlight cell rules and click on the between rule. So in this, here you have to specify, suppose above 60 and less than 70. Then what you will observe, it will display only the two values which are more than 60 and less than 70. So this is the way to use conditional formatting. Similarly, you can use other formatting rules also, that is equals to text and that contains a dating occurring, duplicate values, and from the second one top bottom rules, top 10, it will display top 10 items. Session 3 is hide, unhide, freeze rows and columns. While working on Excel, many times it happens that you need to remove some of its rows or columns but not delete it permanently. There may be lots of reason when you need to hide data. For example, sometimes you may want to compare data of two columns or two rows which are at some distance. In this case, you will be requiring to hide the columns or rows in between so that you can compare and analyze data properly. How will you hide or unhide your rows and columns in the Excel? For that, we require to open MS Excel spreadsheet. So this is the previous sheet. So in this, if you want to hide the column, you need to select the column first of all. Suppose this English column and go to the Home tab. In this, you need to go to the Cells group and select the Format option. So when you will click on this one, it will display more options. We need to go to the second section, that is Visibility. Here you will see Hide and Unhide option. Again, it has sub menus. So the first one is Hide rows if you want to hide the rows. Second one is Hide columns. Then third one is Hide sheet if you want to hide complete sheet. So I am going to be hide only the columns. Click on this one. Then what you will see, the English column will be hidden from the worksheet. If you want to unhide it again, you need to go to the Cells group under the Home tab. Again, Format, then Visibility, then again click on Unhide columns. What you will observe, this column will be unhide. Next topic of this session is freeze rows and columns. Sometimes while scrolling through the largest worksheet, you want the header to remain constant so that while entering data, you should not commit errors. Excel provides the facility to freeze pans and split your worksheet that make it easier to view content from different part of your workbook at the same time. So we can use freeze option to freeze pans, freeze top rows and freeze first column. So what are the steps to freeze the rows and columns? For that, we need to open our worksheet, this one. To freeze the rows and columns, you need to go to the View menu, then go to the Freeze Pan option in the window group. So if you want to, it has three options: freeze pans, freeze top row and freeze first column. So I'm going to be click on the freeze top row. What you will observe, when I will scroll this one is the top row. So when I'm going to scroll the complete worksheet, only this complete row will remain on the sheet and the rest rows will be scrolled. Second option of freeze pan is freeze first column. First column is this row number column will be freeze. So click on the first column, freeze first column, and when you will scroll it, it will remain on the worksheet and rest content of the worksheet will be scrolled. Set page breaks. So what is a page break? A page break divides the worksheet into individual pages for printing. Excel inserts page breaks automatically according to the paper size, margins, and the scaling options. This helps to print a worksheet with the exact number of pages that you want. So the main function of page break is it divides your worksheet into multiple pages for printing. So what are the steps to insert a page break? For this, we need to open the worksheet, then go to the View tab, then click on the page break preview in Workbook View Group. So click on this one, then what you will observe, your worksheet is divided into 3 pages. Page 1, page 2, page 3. It means when you will take printout of this worksheet, so it will give printouts of page 1, page 2 and page 3 separately. Now you can easily view the location of page breaks in your worksheet. The worksheet display both type of page breaks, that is automatic as well as manual. So these are the automatic page breaks. You can differentiate these two types of page breaks by looking at the page break line patterns. So suppose if you want to shift this page break to your left, then you will see this is the automatic page break. So automatic page break are depicted by dashed pattern, whereas manual page breaks are depicted by solid line pattern. So this dark line is called the solid line. There are two different ways adding page breaks. The first one is to add horizontal page break and second one is to add vertical page break. So to understand it, again we are going to be open our worksheet, this one. So this worksheet is divided into 3 pages, page 1, 2 and 3. Suppose if you want to insert horizontal page break, for that select the row below where the marking line will appear. Then right click on this one, then select insert page break. Now what you will observe, your particular worksheet is divided into 6 pages, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you want to remove the page break, for that you require to go to the page layout, then go to page setup group and go to the break option, click on this one, then it has one option, remove page break. Click on this one, again you will see the previous position of your worksheet, page 1, page 2, page 3. If you want to add vertical page break, for that you require to select the column, suppose this K column, right click on the column, then select insert page break. Now your worksheet is divided into 4 pages. Next topic is moving a page break. You can move a preset page break to a new position by dragging and dropping the page break line. So this is the page break line. So in this, when you will select it by using double-headed arrow, now shift it to the particular position, then what you will observe, your page break set to the new position.